Welcome everybody. This is the November 11th recording for the team chat, and time to share some ideas and update what's going on with Pampered Chef in your business. And it's pretty exciting. This month is free for all. So this is everybody's opportunity to earn free products that are going to come out in the spring. And the most important thing is in November to hit that $2,500 mark, because whatever it is worth about $300. Because when you look at the breakdown of the cost of what you get between level 1 and level 2, I think it's one, we have a reason to believe it's one product that they've added, which is probably going to be the cover photo or the big power tool for the spring. So make that your goal. That would be an excellent $2,500 in the month of November.
Okay.
So, and then remember a couple other things that are going on besides Fast Track, which, oh my gosh, if you are not on Fast Track, you need to get on that. You need to just ask me to be in the group. I will put you in the group and you can catch up. But this series of talks on Tuesday night are excellent. And the one last night was so many great tips on virtual parties and host coaching and things to post in your party. I don't want to give away too much, but one of them was that battleship game, and that, you know how towards the end of the week the parties kind of die down. There's a grid, and it's just, I found them on other ones on the virtual party images, and it's like 1 through 10, A through J, and you pick what spots the prizes are under, like 5 prizes, I think you tell them, and then they can guess once an hour, I think are the rules. And the thing is, you have to be paying attention. You have to do this when you know you can respond, miss, or hit. And it's so much fun. And then give them an ebook, an e-cookbook. Just email it to them, because it's a fun, easy thing to give them. It doesn't cost you a penny, and it's a game. So that would be and Wednesday, Thursday, whenever you think. I think Wednesday there's activity because of the way we do ours. We have the
early bird.
Yeah, the drawing for everybody who places an order. So I think I might do mine on Thursday, just to kind of pick things up then. And new products are on Wednesday, so there's a lot going on Wednesday. So that's going on in November. The last call is next Tuesday. Thursday, if you need bookings, couple of tips. We're going to go into a lot more details. Couple of tips. The booking blitz is this Thursday, 6:45 until about 8. And then you can stay on to listen to everybody's results. But it's great information put on by 2 leaders, Kathy Cantrell and Debbie Kimball. And they have the playbacks. If you've missed them, you can listen to the playbacks, and then they post pictures of things you can use in that chat as well. So that's another great resource.
And they are hilarious.
They are. They're funny. Okay, let's see what else. So that's that. Oh, and then don't forget about Cyber Monday and
Black Friday.
Home Office will be sending out the week before Thanksgiving. They're going to send out an email about the specials, and so we can get our customer connection emails together so that we can send them out in time for the week of Thanksgiving and let our customers know. Oh, good. Cindy's here.
I was listening to one talk today from one of the webinars. And hi, Cindy. How are you?
Hi, Cindy.
Sorry.
One of the things that I was listening to today talked about Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, and Cyber Monday. They didn't know what they were going to dub Sunday yet, but they were trying to come up with something.
Shopper Sunday.
Is that what it is? Shopper Sunday? Okay.
Something begin with an S. Cyber Monday, Shopper Sunday. Yeah. But then doing specials, they were going to do like specials. So, but just hold on to see what the company is going to do. And then,
right. Yeah.
Okay, the other thing that's kind of, not sure if you saw it in the Star today, there was an article about stoneware.
Yes, I saw it.
Okay, be sure to check it out because I could not remember everything, but there's a list of all the products that they know will not be back before Christmas. So the things for our customers is if they are looking for holiday gifts, there's a link in there in the article that takes you to that. And that's probably one of the most important things. So
Mhm.
and they said items could be added to that list. They're not sure
Right.
at this point, they may need to update it. So,
Yeah.
but there's always hope that other things will be available. So,
Okay.
okay, any questions about that?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
But be part of the Swan team. Sell what's available now.
Yes, thank you, Carolyn. So those pictures that I'm sharing, I'm not making those. They're created by other leaders in the ISHE organization, and they're sharing them with all the other directors so that we can share them with our teams. And the nice thing is there's a lot of pictures. So you can pick and choose what you want, maybe throw a background on it, and then you will be ready to post those in parties, whether it's a
Right.
live a Zoom party, a vendor event, Facebook party, whatever. At least you have a feel for what's available. Okay.
Right.
Okay, any other questions about inventory, Cyber Monday, anything like that?
On the fast track from last night, is that link posted or do you have to send it to us?
Oh, that's it. You know what? That's a good question. I will check on that. I believe I have to send it to you.
Okay, because I wasn't able to get on last night.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
I was on, but halfway through it, my daughter-in-law calls with a FaceTime with my new grandson. So I kind of had it going, but then I was over to the side trying to talk to her at the same time. So I missed a little bit. That's why I was telling you, I hope they post it because I really wanted to see. I saw bits of it, but I didn't see all of it.
Yes.
I saw the first part of it complete, but then about halfway through, she called me and I knew that it was almost time for him to eat. And if we didn't go over there, I was going to miss it. And I'm a sucker for grandkids. So.
Well, in
I can't understand that at all. You know, I'm just telling you.
so here's a little tip. When you do watch it, have your phone ready because she does a lot of host coaching shares and a lot of post and parties, ideas for post and parties. She does a PowerPoint, Val does a PowerPoint presentation and it's really, really good.
I saw part of it. I got a whole bunch of pictures, but like halfway through, that's when they called and I'm like, oh crap. And I'm like trying to,
Yeah.
And I lost my, she was trying to do FaceTime. So it comes on my computer and my phone. So right in the middle of trying to take these pictures, it comes up and I'm like, decline for her. And then all of a sudden I could hear everyone talking, but I couldn't see the pictures. So then I had to quickly, while I was talking to her, leave the thing and go back into it. Because it wouldn't bring it. It was weird. It wouldn't let me. I could hear him talking, but I closed everything down and I couldn't find it. So
Yeah.
it was hidden somewhere. Like the thumbnail was up there,
Right.
but it wasn't big enough for me to see the PowerPoint. So.
Okay. So the other thing, just a few tips about home office. Has anybody contacted home office lately?
I have.
Okay. How's the wait time been?
You know what they have done with me is I get on the phone and they'll say, you can hang up and we'll call you back. And I do that. And
Yeah.
with 20 minutes, they're back on the phone and they're solving my problems like right now, Alice. I mean, right now.
Okay. Okay.
So I don't know
Wait
what
time
experience
has been
everybody
good.
else is having, but that's what I've been having.
Okay.
The wait time has been good. Some of the new hires don't understand. A couple of times when I've tried to explain to them what was going on and they didn't understand it. And I was put on hold 3 times and finally he came back and said, oh, I see what you're talking about. So I was just trying to find it. I told you about that. One of my guests, the host, wanted to order an item and she had added it to her cart. So I went over to add it as her, it was a future party pick is what it was. So I went over to add it as a future party pick, but I couldn't because it said it was no longer available. But it was already in her cart, so it was already reserved because I knew they're doing the real-time warehousing. And I was trying to say, can you get in there and just change it to be, a future party pick, or can you do something about it? But he kept saying, no, we'll just reserve her a future party pick for later. And I said, but it's in her cart. So what they did was they did resolve it by giving her credit. So that was good. She already had her 10% off. So that kind of, but I got through, but he kept saying, but you don't understand. And I'm like, let me explain this to you.
Okay,
She has
so
one
here's,
reserved, and I said, and I was just going through all the steps. And finally he says, oh, I see what you mean. So then they
Okay,
issued her a
yes.
credit, which was nice.
so here's a tip. And that's a good point, Cindy, because a lot of those people have been there maybe a very short period of time, and
Right.
you may know more than they do.
Yes.
Mhm.
It could happen. So when you feel like you are not getting the issue resolved, it's okay to ask for a supervisor. Right? And
Right.
that you would like to accelerate this to a supervisor.
Okay. And I
And
did that. That's when he finally realized. He went back and talked to them. And I said, well, is there a supervisor maybe I could explain this to? And he says, hold on a minute. And when he went away, then I guess he had enough information. And then he came back and he goes, oh, I understand now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so, if it seems like you're spending a lot of time, ask for a supervisor. And that's probably
Yeah.
the best tip. And just remember, they're at home. All of those people are working at home. They have to get a hold of somebody on another line or chat with them someplace and get the information. So,
Right. And some of them don't speak English. Some of them have not spoken English very well, or they didn't have a good knowledge.
yes.
So I would try to go very slowly and explain what happened. And,
Yeah.
so
So, and if that's the case, just ask for a supervisor if you.
I have a question.
Yes.
I have a consultant she, not a consultant, she got $10 off. She got because of the COVID and waiting for an order. I think she got a $10 off coupon and she wanted to use it. I said, well, I've already placed your order. I was getting ready to call them tomorrow morning because I've been on the phone with doctors all day today, trying to get some things straightened out for my sister. So I'm going to call them. Is there a way for them to apply that to that and give her a credit, or do we have to wait for the next time she orders something? Because she wanted to use it on this. I don't think she has much money. So
It's
we
a
ended up paying for
10%
it.
off is what it is.
Is she
Well,
a
she said
host
she had-
or a guest?
She was a guest, but she
Okay.
said she had a $10 off and a 10%. The 10% came off automatically. And I
Okay.
said, okay. Well, I sent her a note a while ago, send me a picture of the $10. I'm thinking she's
Yeah.
confusing it.
Yes.
Yeah,
She
I
said
think
she had
so
a
too.
$10 coupon or something. It
Yeah.
may be one of those sites where you choose it and it says, we'll
Oh,
give you
yeah.
$10.
No. Okay. And that's a good point. The hosts are going to be within the next week are going to be getting that email saying that they're going to be getting a $15 credit.
Right.
And it will be after we get the email list of all of our hosts. And they receive $15 credit and the 10% off because they are a host and a guest.
Right.
They get both of those. There's nothing about $10 that we're offering now at all.
Yeah,
So-
I didn't see anything. So I thought maybe it was from another party or something. She ordered something and
Yeah.
maybe she had that. So I told her to send me a picture of it. I wanted to make sure that she understood what it was.
Because even when people return things, they get a credit on their credit card. They don't get the,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions?
No.
No? Okay. Okay. So what I wanted to do was talk about bookings and what you're doing to get them. And we did this on a call earlier today with a bunch of directors. And the first thing we did was look at all the different types of shows that you can currently offer right now. Okay, so let's make a list. Just shout out the types of shows.
Virtual, catalog, vendor,
You've got
Three.
texting party.
online,
What's the online?
Is that the virtual party online?
Well, okay, so I'm in those online groups, kind of like what you're doing right now, Alice.
Oh, okay, okay.
So that's,
like
I mean, maybe you consider that a virtual party.
Oh, that's where you have a whole bunch of vendors in one group.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'd love to find one of those, but I've been searching. I haven't found any.
You know what? That's a good question. You can create your own,
you
Cindy.
can create your own, yeah.
And you know how that you ever see people say, I want to support all my direct selling friends out there. Post a picture below of what you're selling. And then people start sharing what they're from. Then you send them a message, a private message, and say, hey, I would like to get an online vendor shopping group together. Would you be interested in joining? These are the requirements. And then all you do is set up an event or group, whatever you want to do, add those people as moderators, and then they add their friends.
Mhm. I
And
mean, the ones that I'm in require you to invite X number of people. I don't know if yours did, Alice, but both of
I'm sorry, go ahead, finish.
the two that I'm in, you were required to invite, I mean, one was 20 and one was 25. I was in another one that required 50, and I never got anywhere with that one, and I've actually gotten out of that one. But there's tons of them all over the place, and you can, like I said, start your own. Pretty easy.
So is there one that I can just see what it looks like, or do you have to actually join it to be able to see it?
I can add you to mine. I can invite you to
Okay.
the one I'm in right
Okay,
now.
I won't jump in because I know that you're the Pampered Chef one, but I just wanted to see
Well,
how
you
it's
just
run.
watch. You don't cut. Just watch.
I won't. I'll just
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah, just watch. And it's
You're
like,
not getting any sales from me, Alice. I'm telling you that right now.
and it's been going on. It's about halfway through. This one lasts a week. The ones Karen have been in, those have been like, one goes on forever, right? Karen?
Yeah, unless you get out, she only lets one vendor in per direct sale company,
Right.
and it's my spot until I decide to leave.
Okay.
And are you allowed to do 2 posts a week, or are you supposed to?
Oh, you're required to do 2 a week,
2 a week?
but you can do 2 a day if you want.
Okay.
You're allowed to do more, but you're required to post twice a week. And she watches, and you're also supposed to like comment on other people's posts. You know, it's all about boosting, you know.
Right. Have you made very many sales in this?
I've mostly gotten bookings
Okay, good. That's good.
because I run things like I put the graphic up that says, you know, if you could pick anything for 60% off, what would you choose? And I ask them to message me. And so messaging starts the conversation, and I probably have gotten 4 bookings off of it.
Good, good. Because I am really
Cool.
shy of bookings. In fact, next week I'm just going to go ahead and starting this Friday, I'm going to have a party of my own just so I can try to boost sales. I've got one other party going on this coming Friday, and I'm not going to make any of the requirements for. I've got $800 in sales so far this month, and that's it.
Okay, Cindy, we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna get you
Okay.
up there, okay?
Yeah.
We're gonna do this, okay.
Calm down. We got
I've
this.
been using the green
24
dot.
days.
I've been doing a lot of things, the green dot and all this stuff, and it seems like nothing is working. And
Okay.
I've had some really great parties with lots of people in them, like 40, 50 people, but it's like nobody wants to do a party. And one of the comments, and it's, you know, on your template, and then I add a few extra things in about hosting a party. And the one comment that really got me this last time was, this was really a great party. I love the games. I love this. I always feel a lot of pressure to host a party, but this time I didn't. It was a great party. And I thought, wait a minute, did I not put enough out there? I mean, I don't want him to feel pressure, but I want to be, and I got conversations going on the side, you know, through texting or messaging. And I thought for sure I was going to have some parties, and nobody wanted to do a party. And I know it's that time of year where people just aren't wanting to get
But
too busy.
Did you ask if you could follow up?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Some of them said,
want to
yes, give
follow
me
up
a
with?
few months. Yeah.
Okay. Because you know
But
what?
it's just frustrating, you know, when you're trying so
That's
hard.
okay. We're gonna give you some ideas here.
Okay.
And keep in mind, we're focused on November, December, but right around the corner is probably double free for our hosts sometime at the beginning of the
Mm.
year. So all those people, you want to be keeping those lists of people that say, contact me in a few months, because
Because I think that the last 2 weeks of December last year, I didn't do much. I just, people wanted to have a party. I steered them toward January or, another date, because it was just the last 2 weeks and we were so busy with Christmas and family. And I thought the last 2 weeks of December, I'll just kind of take it easy. But I had so much trouble in January. People were saying, well, let's not do January because that's when all the bills from everything is coming in. So it's like January, I had hardly anyone and I was so disappointed.
okay, that's why ideally get those people on your calendar now. And so they say check back in. I would check with them early December and say, I'm booking January now. We will know if the double free is in January, and make it an urgent thing, so that, because if you follow, and I can't say this enough, if you wait till early January to follow up with people, they will feel like that. They will feel
Yeah.
like there's too many bills, too much
Yeah.
pressure. And now everybody's excited about everything because it's the holidays. There's Thanksgiving, there's Christmas, Hanukkah. People are shopping. Yes, I will do that in January because I want something to look forward to. But if you wait, they won't be. It'll be,
Right.
and they will, yeah. So get it done, everybody.
Yeah.
Get it done by.
I've got 2 on my calendar right now, and I put it on as a party date. I put possible PC party, and then I get with them a week before, and I'm like, hey, listen, you told me that this might be a good time. I just want to get this, and I act positive like I'm doing it. And I just had so many. Well, I told you about the one who went to Mexico for her surgery.
Right. But
So-
think about this. Think how you would feel if by December 7th, you had your host packets out, you had given them the email about their host benefits for January, and they were committed, and you could relax and enjoy the Christmas holiday,
Right.
have everything all set up. So because once you get really past December 7th, you can still do it, but it's even going to be easier to book January before December 7th. So,
Right.
and then you kind of want to finish up that last week with parties because we've got till the 12th. And then, but
I
really,
think I just took off the week before Christmas and the Christmas week, actually. And then I went right back into mode. And then a lot of the ones that I did put in January, they came to me and said, oh, we need to postpone this. It's like, but I felt like since I took those 2 weeks and just kind of didn't have anything going on the last 2 weeks, that I felt like I lost steam during that.
well, and usually there's also one of the things you can do. They generally have letters that we can send to our host, like thinking of kind of like happy holidays. Here's a recipe for you to enjoy. Be sure to tell everybody over the holidays about your party in January. So they should be available online,
Okay.
probably starting in December. And we want to make sure we take advantage of those, because even if you're not having parties those last 2 weeks, you could be sending those things out too. Because everybody's going to be, well, who knows? Generally, we see people over the holidays and we're
So-
talking to them. And that's when they can
Right.
say,
Hmm.
January, we're having a
I
party.
mean, you're saying the double free, what is that? The double free for January?
That's when the host get, instead of like,
Host gets double, and look at the back of the catalog.
Oh, that's,
When it's at
yeah, that's when it
$6.50, they
goes
get
up to-
double the free
they get an
stuff.
extra, at a certain level, they get an extra $100 or something, or,
we don't know, they get like, instead of 140, they get 280.
oh, okay.
So I don't know when,
Not
I just
double
know
sure,
from,
but you think,
I guess, so be
It's
sure to
been,
watch.
it's traditionally
have-
been January.
did we have one this summer?
June,
Yeah, they do one in January and June usually.
Yeah, I think I had a party in June, and I had a party right before that with a friend of mine from church, and then this other person booked off of her, and she got so much stuff. You
mhm,
would not
Yep.
believe it.
okay.
I said, you know what, you picked a good month, but I didn't know ahead what was going to be,
Yeah.
until
So the other types of shows that we talked about, somebody mentioned a catalog show, and there's kind of a fun twist to that, because people, even though it might be smaller groups this year, depending on where you live. We call them turkey trot shows. And what you do is you give them catalogs, and they just hand out the catalogs, like take it to Thanksgiving, take it to the parties over the weekend, and you just have it over that weekend. And it's a short little catalog party, and doesn't have to be Facebook. It could be for all those people who are not on Facebook. And it's called Turkey Trot. And it could be those people you see, your hairdresser, your banker, people like that, that say, no, I'm not interested in Facebook. It's like, hey, how about a quick Turkey Trot catalog show? So that's another one. Okay.
Can I purposely book a 15-minute party to go on Wednesday before Thanksgiving at 4:15 in the afternoon? She wants it to go then, and she wants it to run until the Monday after Thanksgiving is what she wants it to do. So, go through Black Friday and Cyber Monday and all that kind of stuff. That's her plan. I already booked that party.
That's good. That's good.
But I didn't know we called them
idea.
Turkey Trot days. I didn't realize that.
Well, it's just a fun twist to it. That's all.
Sure, I get it. I understand.
Okay.
I'm gonna post a couple graphics regarding that because I have some on Turkey
Okay.
Trot, so I'll post those in the group.
Oh, good. Thank you, Karen.
Thanks a lot, Karen. I appreciate that.
And another one, just to carry that through, the same type of theme is called Reindeer Run. And it's done around the Christmas holidays. And the
Okay.
way I'm working mine is, they're gonna be able to like use it as a January booking. So I'm not gonna put the orders in, they'll see people over the holidays, but then I'm gonna put it in as a January show so they could, if there's double, well, regardless, I'm just gonna do it that way.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's a good
Yep.
idea.
I'll throw that in.
Because you know what, the other thing, I don't know what it's going to be, but in the past, that first week of January, there's usually a bonus.
Right,
So that
Yeah.
if you have a January show and you submit it by the 8th or the 10th, there's usually something special.
actually, last year was the 15th and we got the close and cut.
Right. That's right. Okay, so now think about this. This was another idea that was shared. You have all these hosts that are going to get a $15 credit and 10% off everything else because they're past host. And you have all the guests that ordered from April 1st to September 30th that are going to get 10% off. So an idea would be to go back to all of your hosts during that time period and say, you have a $15 credit and all the guests in your party have a 10% discount. Would
Mhm.
you be interested in having me open up another link and sharing it in the party group with you with some other updates that are going on with the company? And that way you can be the host. If there's enough sales, you can be the host and use your $15 in free product amount and then all the other host benefits. And then all of your guests will see that they can order on your link again. So think about that. That's in
That's
November.
easy.
So you can go back, change the banner and say, let's see, what was the wording? It was, I think it was update. It was like a special update. And then they put on there the marketing imagery for the free shipping for $150 or more. They put in the couple pictures of the new products that are available. And reminder, if you ordered on this party, you have a 10% discount to order now. You can order on this link and use your 10% discount. So what you want to do, does that make sense?
Well, the hosts already get a 10%, don't they?
If you
The hosts
open
do,
up-
but they also get the $15 now too.
Right.
Oh, okay.
and if they, basically you're rebooking that host, you're doing another party for them. The group is already created.
Right.
All the people are in there. So when you put the banner up, they're going to get a notification And you could have the host post the link, and then they'll get a notification for that too. So think about it. If you had 8 or 10 parties, I don't know how many parties you had between that time period.
Parties
but-
in that time.
I
You
had
could-
quite a few.
Yeah, you could go back to those hosts and say, hey, this is easy. And not only that, shipping time, the other thing is shipping time is now down to 5 business days, 5 to 10 business days. And it's much better than that on the most part. So
I had
think
a
about
party on the 2nd, and I had an early bird person to order on the 2nd, and she ordered it on the 2nd, and she had it on Thursday. She posted in the party, "Hey, I already got all my stuff." She was
isn't
so
that fun?
proud.
Yeah.
Well, I did that at a party at your house once.
Mhm, yeah,
It was like that Wednesday or Thursday. I got it in, and I'm like, it was like on a Saturday or Sunday. I think it was on a Sunday afternoon, and I thought, oh my gosh, I already got my stuff already.
yeah.
One of the banners that they use for that you're talking about, Alice, that I heard today on one of the calls was they put in a big sign that says breaking news.
Oh, that's what it was. Breaking news. Yeah.
Breaking news.
Breaking
breaking
news. That's, yeah. So isn't that a fun idea?
I love it.
Yeah.
I really do. I love that idea.
So when do they get the 10%? It's for what? The host between what dates?
If they
April
purchase, between April 1st and September 30th.
If they, if the customer purchase,
The
right?
customer, the host, anybody.
The host, and the credit is good for a year.
So the hosts or the customers get 10%.
And that's through the end of this year.
Okay.
Right.
And then the host get $15 plus 10% if they're
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
But they still have the 10% for a year though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
They do.
If they don't. So, think about that. That's another way to double up. And if you think your host aren't thinking about doing that, I had a host who did a fundraiser, and she had a huge show in June, and she said, I'm thinking about having another party. So she's a good one to go back to and say, hey, Jill, this would be easy. I can set this up. And of course, she would do it as another fundraiser. So
So when are they going to get notified of the $15?
The end of the week.
Okay.
I mean, we're supposed to get an email tomorrow, and then they're supposed to get one. Well, what I read in the Stir today is that both the emails are going out tomorrow. They both said the 12th, so I would have
That's
thought
what I
we
saw
would have
too.
gotten it a day ahead, but it looks like they're both tomorrow. But keep in mind, if you're talking about people doubling up, hosts that booked in April or May, their 10% is gonna be expired in April or May of 21, whereas their $15 credit goes till November of 21. So I would say, at least for me, I'm going to try to work at I get it so that they can double up versus have to use one and then the other because one
Right.
expired.
It's
So-
weird how it is now. They send you a reminder because since you're putting the order in for a gift, it's a separate email stating that you have placed an order. And when I first got my first one, I was like, what? I didn't place an order. But it was the gift to the for one of the party.
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
And I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What are they talking about?
Okay. Okay. The other thing, another idea is if you're going to send out customer connection or about a 15-minute party, you could also offer a 15-minute Zoom party. And it could be as simple as the host sharing the link to the Zoom. Facebook doesn't have to be involved at all, but she could share the link to a 15-minute Zoom party where you get on and share. One idea is some of your favorite products. Another idea
If
is,
it's, would you list that as like a catalog party?
Yeah.
Then, or-
it's not a live show. I mean, it's not an in-home show, so yeah. And then, but it wouldn't be, well, I guess it would be virtual, but it's not a Facebook virtual, but
Right.
Yeah.
Because then they would require you to put the Facebook in there if you put. I think
You
on the
don't-
virtual, don't they require you to put the Facebook link
No.
in there?
Yeah.
No,
No, you
Oh,
don't
they
have to.
Okay. It was always there, so I just figured you had to put one in if it was.
You don't
See
have
how
to.
much I know I've been doing this for a year now and I still don't know everything. It'll take me a long time to
Really?
find everything that Carolyn and Alice know.
She doesn't know everything. This is awesome. I'm so glad because boy, do any of us? Alice does, but you know, I'm still learning.
No. Trial and error, that's all. So, and it doesn't have to, it could be like, and it could be an appetizer party where you just go in and make a couple, like if you've got the blender, you could make hummus in the blender. You could show them, take a block of cream cheese and pour spicy pineapple rum sauce on top of it. And the manual food processor, you could make salsa and that. You might want to prep a few things ahead of time, but that could be fun. You could really show a lot of products in that. So just, that's another idea of a party if you're looking for something. And you know what, that would be fun to go in your VIP groups and do that too. And say, hey, you guys are my guinea pigs. I'm doing a Zoom party, and like what you want to do is an early bird drawing when you think about it. So people are there when it starts because it's only 15 minutes. Do an early bird drawing and send a Google survey form and find out who enjoyed it and ask if anybody wants to do one. Because I think once they see it, it's like, oh my gosh, this is fun. Yeah, let's do this. So any comments, ideas about that? Or how do you feel
One of the
about
things
that?
one of the things Becky said today was you can't just pick and choose what you're going to do. You got to do it all.
Well, that was on getting bookings from the
Right.
list of 8 things. So
Yep.
when you look at this whole big list of different types of shows that you could do, if you wanted to either list it in your VIP group or send out a customer connection, give them 2 or 3 new options and say, I need a guinea pig. Who would be willing to try a 15-minute Zoom call, a 15-minute texting party, something like that.
Okay.
Another suggestion, Sharon Zellen suggested doing a 3-day virtual party instead of a 5-day. And her suggestion was to do that because people are so busy over the holidays, although it's not like we're busy out shopping. And in Ohio, who knows?
It's going to be so different this year. I'm going to hate it.
Yeah. So that's another suggestion too. And what you do is you just condense, you've got the post already in your 5-day party, you just condense them. She still gives the host 2 days to get people in there. So, okay. What are any other suggestions of what you guys are doing outside of parties to get bookings?
Well, we just did that event up at the hall up there where we went, and there were a lot of vendors up there, and I ended up booking 4 parties while I was there. But the thing is, the parties that the people, not as many people showed up as they expected because there was another event a town away, and so they got a lot of people there. So they're going to redo this thing in December, early part of December. So my plan is to go back there and see how many more parties I can book, but to continue to work off of the list that I made. And I may have found a couple of consultants as well while I was there that day. I contacted the couple again because this couple's thinking about doing it. They are vendors with another, she's a vendor with, gosh, I don't even know. Some kind of bubble. It's called Bubble Tucky or something like that. It's like bubble bath, I think.
Sounds
Anyway,
like something from Kentucky. I don't know.
well, I think that's what it's called. But anyway, they are now looking at Pampered Chef because that's a lot more lucrative. It's a lot more money than this Bubble Tucky thing would ever be. And so they're looking at it as from a couple standpoint, and they're younger than Ed and I, but they were right next to me on Saturday. He came in late and so did Ed. And so we had this nice conversation going on for a long time. So they're still looking at getting in. So I think anytime that I can get out in public, I feel like I'm doing pretty good. And I just have to, I think the mask intimidates people. I really do. I just think that happens. But if you can talk through the mask or you can talk to people anyway, I don't know. I find that an easy way to book parties, an easy
Now,
way.
Carolyn, yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
this was a live event.
It was, yep.
So how did you find this? Because I didn't think many people were doing live events anymore.
I didn't think they were either, but I got this note from somebody that Ed knew from Dayton, Kentucky. Sent me a note and said, we've been trying to pull this off for a while. It was with a VFW people is what it was.
Oh,
A veterans fundraiser. That's what it amounted to. And so it was done last Saturday, I guess is when it was done. And so they invited me and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and go because I knew it was going to be a bigger, an opportunity to get in front of people. So that's what I did.
okay.
I also did a live party. I know people probably don't agree with that, but I did a live party.
You found
that-
somebody who had friends who would come.
Well, they were mostly relatives. Alice, they
Oh,
were
okay.
all relatives. Some were good friends, but some were relatives of the doctor that ran this thing, a chiropractor that ran this thing. And so, so I went there and, that party's now over $500 and they went a little longer because they got more people at one time. So
Okay. Okay.
it's small, but it's getting there.
So let's see. And Karen, I know you're doing something.
Yeah, I'm doing one November 28th. The East Side vendors, they've started up again. I haven't participated in any of them, but I did get in the holiday walk one because it's down there in Old Milford. And like all the businesses are having their quote unquote holiday walk.
Oh, okay.
So it brings in a lot of people. I did it last year. The bad thing is it poured rain all day last year. So it was kind of a flop, but I took a chance and I got in this one this year, but I haven't done any of their other events. I'm not quite ready to
Yeah.
do that.
But you're also doing what, making 25 contacts a day?
Yes.
Okay. And that's sort of like for those of you that are looking for bookings and aren't doing or need to find more, that's kind of like the magic number. If you can make 25 outreaches a day, keep track of them, and then follow up with follow-up messages, number 2 and number 3 that we've gone over numerous times. If you need them, let me know. That is kind of like where things start rolling. You keep reaching out to people. You might get no's, you might get no response, you might get maybes, and eventually it kind of like catches up and snowballs. So all I can do is encourage, if you want more bookings, have 25 outreaches a day. Let's think about different groups that you could reach out to. For example, Green Dot people, right? That's a group. Who else would you reach out to?
I went back to past hosts and actually past customers who kind of gave me an inkling that at some point they might, went back through my follow-up lists was what I've been focusing on as well.
Yeah.
Anybody that you do business with, anybody at all that you do business with, you can contact them and ask them. That's one way for sure. Anybody you go to church with, anybody you haven't seen for a while in church. One of the things that they said today on one of the things I was listening to said, if you throw a rock in a pond, the first layer is like your sister and your mom and your aunt. The second layer is when you're reaching out. The further out you go, the more these people are strangers, and you're trying to get the ripple in the pond to go out to those outreach, the outreach people, because that's where you're going to make more money than your aunt and your sister and your mom. They're going to buy from you all the time anyway. But if you go out further, you're going to be making more contacts and doing better at that.
And those are with people that they will have more friends that you don't know too. So that's why
Right.
your business will grow more in those groups than with the close circle friends. That's
Yes.
true.
The parties that I ran in April all the way up to September, I've been looking back at those to do some more business, to try to do some more business with those people. And one of the things I realized is that a lot of the hosts, I've never met them. I don't know what they look like except other than a Facebook page. I don't have any idea about that. But when and I didn't even recognize some of their names because you don't have that much contact with them except for during the party time. You know what I'm saying? So, but there's a lot of potential there. There's a lot of people there is what I'm saying. There's a lot of people that are in parties. Like Cindy said, there's a lot of chatter in some of these parties and somebody doesn't buy. That doesn't mean they don't want to host at some point, so
Yeah.
just keep after them. I think Paula Claire always says the money is in the follow-up. The money is in the follow-up.
That's right. That's right.
She's got great follow-up.
Couple thoughts. So trends that are going on right now, cooking fatigue is huge. And
Right.
so people have been home cooking. And I don't know, I kind of catch myself doing it, cooking the same thing. And so that's where we can be of service to people is new recipes. Find some things that you haven't tried and share them. And that would be share them on your main Facebook page, your virtual party page, VIP group. So let's just keep that in mind. Another thing that I saw that would be good to do are the 12 days of Christmas. And I don't know if anybody's seen this. It's in the virtual party image group.
Yeah,
And you've
I
seen
got a
it?
couple.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of those where it's a gift. It's like the 12 days on the first day of Christmas my true love gave to me. And but I need to go through them because I'm not sure if all the items are still available. So
Right,
I may have
right.
to make one on my own, if I find some stuff that are not there anymore.
One of them was like if they buy the air fryer that you give them the skewer set for free. So some of them are bigger, but think about that they buy the air fryer that's almost a $279 item. So you're making $50 on it. And then you get the commission on the skewer set too. So something to just some ideas there.
Now, Alice, would you do that if they became a consultant? Because I would always tell people you can buy the air fryer, $279. That's cool. It's a great tool. Or you can join the team for $269. You're going to get the air fryer and you're going to have Christmas gifts to give away to your friends.
But the beautiful thing about the direct ship now is that if I'm doing that and I see someone purchase the air fryer, I would unlock that before midnight, and then mention that to them. Say, I noticed you got the air fryer. I want to tell you about another way that you can get it, just to see. And if it's a gift, they could buy the kit and then sell the air fryer, buy the air fryer for their friend.
Right.
So as one of their first orders. Yeah. So, well, you guys are on top of it. That's good that you know about the 12 days of Christmas. Those are always fun to do too. Let's see. Okay. The other thing, does anybody want to toot their own horn about things that are going on in their business? Things you're excited about?
I'm at 8 parties so far in November. So that makes me, I'm pumped about that.
You're the Pied Piper of parties.
What'd you say?
You're the Pied Piper of parties.
You hit lulls too, but I got 8 parties planned. And one of the calls I listened to today said when they went into the office, they had zero things booked, when they got started working that week. And the gal said she realized she's only 4 parties away from being a rock star that week. She said she booked those and moved on from there.
That's right. And so Carolyn, you have $2,100 in sales yourself. So you've earned level 1 and you're this close to earning level 2.
Earning level 2. Yeah. That's
yes.
what I heard.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's awesome.
I wish they
And-
would let us know what you actually win with the levels, but they don't do that. I mean,
They
they
don't do that. They just tell you that this is the level.
right.
Yeah,
Right.
you won't know till next year.
When
Yeah.
they
Because I
announce-
ordered, I think I had, remember I was wanting the air fryer so badly. And Carol, you told me to go ahead and Carolyn, you told me to go ahead and have a party and I could get it for 60% off. And I said, oh, that's a good idea. And then I guess they were late sending all the stuff out. Then I got an air fryer. So I got an
Good.
air fryer from, I had 2 air fryers.
Well, that's all right.
I
And
know.
Karen and Cindy, you guys are well on your way to level 1. So then there's plenty of the month left to make it to level 2. So,
I'm shooting for it.
okay,
I'm
great.
trying. That's why I'm doing a party on my own. The problem is my cousin is having a party the beginning of December. So for me, so I don't want to invite the family members that she invites or
Yeah.
any of the people that she had in her party before, because she'll invite the same people, I'm sure, maybe some new ones. And I'm like, I'm going to have to really be careful when I'm going through and looking at who I'm inviting. Make sure they
Throw the
aren't.
rock in the pond and look at the circles.
Yeah,
in-
right.
Yeah. So I'm just trying not to invite the ones that she's going to invite the next week. So
Right, right.
So I told her, I said, I promise I won't invite your family down there and your friends from down there because I know she's going to invite. I don't want to compete with her.
Well,
I'm
you got
just
your,
trying to hit my level, get my level up.
and you got your
Alice
VIP
has been
group.
in the business a
Yes.
long time, but some of her family are friends of mine. And one time I forgot and I asked one of her cousins to do a party for me. And all of a sudden I thought, oh my God, I do it.
Remind me who that was, Carolyn.
It was Charlene.
Oh,
It was
Charlene, that's right. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Charlene, your first cousin. One of your first cousins. I said, hey,
Yeah.
doing a
That's
party.
true.
She said, well, I would, Carolyn, but I'm kind of hooked up with Alice. And I was like, oh, God, Charlene.
I send an end a party message to everybody to remind them that the party is closing soon. I have a Word document and I have like if they booked, if they didn't book, and if they booked and hosted a party or booked a party and they ordered. So I have all these 3 different scenarios. So I send that out and I always say on there, and that at the end, I talk to them about having a party, how it's lots of fun, blah, blah, blah. And then I don't want to make it too wordy because people won't read it. But
Right.
then I get at the end and I says, but I would like for you to save my information because I'd like to be your consultant. If you have any issues or
Mhm.
any problems, no matter what it is, whether it's on something you booked at my part or bought at my party or another party, I'll be glad to help you through it. And, or if you have any questions or need recipes and all this. So then this girl wrote back, well, no, thank you. She said, because I'm really hooked up with another consultant. And I wrote her back really nicely. I said, hey, I understand. I don't want to steal anyone from anyone else. So I said, I just wanted to leave it out there in case you needed someone. She goes, well, I'm pretty
Yeah.
tight with this one. So she didn't say who it was, but I have a feeling it's a relative or something. So I said, well, that's fine. I said, I just want to let you know that I'm here in case you need me. So